Hello faithful followers and new listeners. Today's video is about the 2013 album Breve Casi Eterno by Venezuelan band Sofía Insomnia. According to their Facebook page, Sofía Insomnia began in Caracas, Venezuela with Cara Febles on vocals and Moses Flores on guitar. They are self-described as dark rock, post-punk, dark wave, dark folk, and ghostwave, that last term being the only one I hadn't previously heard, but I think it's quite fitting now that I've listened to them. Lyrically, they tend to focus on philosophical and existential themes. This album is, to my knowledge, the only one they have thus far, so let's dig right in. There's a pretty interesting mix of sounds on this album. Something that stood out to me was the use of acoustic guitar. That's not something we hear a lot in goth music, and I do think that this album is still identifiably goth in sound. For the non-acoustic guitar sounds, there's a bit of a post-rock feel with the use of pedal effects. I wouldn't go as far as to call it shoegaze, as it is definitely more restrained as far as the effects go. The vocals are also very nice. Cara Febles manages to have a very sorrowful feel to her voice without sounding whiny. There was something almost classic about her voice in certain songs. I don't know what it is. Oh, and even though those are the two founding members, there are in fact other instruments used, bass, drums, synthesizer, even an accordion on one song, which I think is always a good idea. That particular song has a sort of Frenchy feel, like the way modern France feels as it's portrayed in movies made by non-French people anyways. I've never actually been to France, so I can't say it actually feels like France. But that's just the impression I got from the sound of that song. That's how a lot of these songs are, just very good at building up a feel and location and an emotion. When people say that music is atmospheric, especially goth atmospheric music, like some of the more ethereal-leaning bands that I've covered in the past, they tend to think of that very airy, far-away sound, which is not this band at all. As a general sound, I would call them more the mellow side of alternative rock with goth or post-punk associated instrumentation. However, I would call them atmospheric in terms of the more general definition, that is, building an atmosphere. Going off of this album, I like this band. I'm disappointed that they don't have more music, and I hope that they come out with more. If you liked what you heard about this album, there will be links to listen to it on Bandcamp and Spotify listed below, along with Sofía Insomnia's social media information so you can stay up to date with them. If you're interested in goth music or the goth subculture as a whole from Latin America, I invite you to follow my other social media accounts, also linked below, where I post about Latin American goth music, both new and old, and related articles almost daily. Bye!